What's up guys, Infernape here. I'm sorry I haven't been uploading recently. It's just I've been very busy with college, but I'm back for the summer and I'm not going anywhere. So I wasn't really sure what kind of video to do, maybe a top 10, maybe a Pokemon theory, but I just thought to myself, why not just do a top 10 favourite movie video? So that's what I'm doing today. There will be a couple spoilers ahead, so just thought I'd let you know. So without further ado, let's get into it. At number 10, we have Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets. This has got to be my favourite film in the Harry Potter franchise. It's definitely a good film, great franchise. Yeah, I've never actually read all of the books before. I've read like 6 books and gave up halfway through. Basically, Harry Potter is basically about a boy who is a wizard and grew up in the wizarding world, and his parents were murdered by an evil wizard called Voldemort. This is the second film in the series, and it's all about the evil wizard, its soul, being trapped in a diary, and he has to find out where the Chamber of Secrets is and destroy the beast that's inside the Chamber of Secrets. Definitely a good film for anyone that is into like fantasy and magic and that sort of thing. And that's why it's at number 10. The reason it's at number 10 is just because I haven't really watched Harry Potter in so many years. And I've seen so many other great films in the past, and I just kind of grew out of Harry Potter, but I still love Harry Potter. At number 9, we have The Sorcerers Apprentice. This is definitely a great 8th film if you're into, again, fantasy. It's basically about this boy here who literally found a nesting doll in the past when he was like 8, 9, 10 maybe. And it holds an evil spirit of someone called Morgana. And it's basically, we're trying to find the descendant of Merlin, so he can receive his powers and that sort of thing, and destroy Morgana once and for all. Definitely a great film. I loved it when it came out in cinema. Reason it's so low on the list is because I haven't seen it in such a long time, and I've just seen so many other great films recently. So yeah, that's pretty much why it's at number 9. At number 8, we actually have a Pokemon movie now, and it is Pokemon Arceus and the Jewel of Life. It's definitely an amazing film. Arceus is definitely one of my favourite legendary Pokemon, or mythical Pokemon if you rather. Basically, it's about Arceus. Basically, it's mad about someone in the ancient past, about breaking a promise, and it basically went into a long slumber, only to be awakened and then destroy the world. And then Dialga sent Ash and his friends back in time to stop him from breaking his promise. The reason it's so low is because, again, I've seen so many other great films, yada yada. At number 7, we have Pokemon, Volcanion, and the Mechanical Marvel. Definitely a great movie for all Pokemon fans. I know so many people that don't like it, mainly M&J TV Pokevids. Even though I do love the guy, I just like the film. Basically, it's about how Ash and his friends go into a mechanical town and they bump into Volcanion, which is definitely one of my favourite Pokemon because I've always wanted to have a fire and water type combo Pokemon ever since I was a kid, because fire type was my favourite type and water type was my friend David's favourite type, and I've always wanted to see what they can do when they combine the two. And when I saw this, I was very, very pleased. Yeah, and this guy here is basically trying to destroy the town by controlling a Mega Evolutionary Pokemon by literally, without the Keystone, a Strong Bond, or a Mega Stone, which I think is absolutely bizarre, but wow, that's just how it is. At number 6, we have Pokemon and the Rise of Darkrai. I'm sure you're really bored of seeing Pokemon films right now. I promise this is probably the last one until about number 3. I'm really sorry, guys. Alright, this Pokemon film is definitely a very good one. It was the first one introduced in Generation 4. And this has got to be my favourite Dark type right here, Darkrai. Like I said in my Q&A, best Dark type there is. It's basically about Ash and his friend is going into this town so Dawn could enter a Pokemon contest, and that was immediately stopped after Darkrai got involved. Basically what happened and was Dialga and Palkia managed to meet in a distant realm, and they had to fight against each other because one thought the other had trespassed onto their turf, and Palkia was wounded and decided to flee into a town where Ash and his friends were, and then Darkrai got involved to chase Palkia and Dialga away. Definitely an amazing film, full of lots of action-packed adventures. At number 5, we have The Hitman's Bodyguard. I love action films, probably my favourite genre of film, and this is definitely one I recommend for 15-year-olds since, well, it's a 15. It's about Ryan Reynolds, who is definitely one of my favourite actors, acting as this guy, basically as a boring is best bodyguard, and he's basically a bodyguard in this hitman because basically he has information on taking out this bad guy who killed a family and has been taken to court, and he's the only one that has information on literally putting him behind bars. And there's lots of action along the way. Definitely a great film for 15. At number 4 we have The Wolverine. Definitely one of my favourite Marvel films. I just love Marvel just as much as I love Pokemon, which is kind of hard to match. Definitely one of the best films that Marvel's ever done. Basically, it takes place after X-Men The Last Stand. Basically, they left the X-Men and just travelled the world trying to get over the fact that he killed the woman he loved. I know, very dark. Just as dark as DC, to be honest. And basically, this Japanese woman asked him to come to Tokyo to say goodbye to this old man that he rescued a very long time ago. And what he was really after was his immortality. And he joins up with this mutant, and it's like an evil mutant, so he could take Hugh Jackman and immortality by force. Definitely love Hugh Jackman. Definitely one of the best actors there are. He was really good in The Greatest Showman. And yeah, I just think he's an amazing actor. At number 3, we have Pokemon the Movie, I Choose You. I'm sorry there are so many Pokemon films in this video. I promise this is the last one. I love it because it's basically like one of the very first movies that came out in cinema since I don't know, God knows when. And I just went to see it the day it came out, and I enjoyed it so much. It's basically a reenacting the first time that Ash became a Pokemon trainer and met Pikachu, with a few twists and turns. Like, some of it was basically similar to the first episode, and then they just went a bit wild. Yeah, Ash goes around and tries to track down Ho-Oh, and he meets his rivals, and it's a Pokemon called Marshadow. He's basically watching over Ash to see if he's actually a good trainer. It's definitely a great movie to watch if you're a Pokemon fan, and I highly recommend that you watch it. At number 2, we have Deadpool. This is just an amazing Marvel film. Even though it pretty much breaks the fourth wall every 2 seconds, it's definitely different compared to every other Marvel film there is. It's basically about this guy called Wade Wilson, and he catches cancer and tries to find a way to get rid of it. He then comes across this guy called Ajax, who is called Francis. Yeah, and basically he mutates him, and he gets really ugly, and he now can pretty much live forever. Same powers as Wolverine, but way more badass. And basically, he literally tracks down this guy so he could undo what he did. And I've got to say, best Marvel film there's ever been, other than Avengers Infinity War. And finally, at number 1, we have Kingsman, The Secret Service. This film is just amazing. It's basically about this guy called Eggsy, who's really not the most polite person in the world, who basically joined this agency called Kingsman, following in the footsteps of his father, who died in basically a training test. And he basically tries to become a Kingsman agent while going through the Kingsman Agent Academy. And this guy here, who's basically Samuel L. Jackson playing a guy called Valentine, is basically doing a secret plot to basically reduce the world's population and only saving the most important people so that way you can make the world pure, which I think is absolute BS. I just love this film. So much action. So just wow. Definitely worth the praise right here. More badass than Bond. I'm not usually a big fan of bloody, gory stuff, but this is definitely right in that level of blood and gore for me. There we have it, my top 10 favourite movies. I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I did. I bet some of you are wondering, why didn't you do so many any recent movies? Well, tomorrow I'm going to be doing my top 5 favourite movies in 2018. So I hope you're going to be looking out for that. Quick shout out to my friend David, aka Dr. Amnesia. He is my best friend since primary school. He makes YouTube videos as well, and some of them are really good. I'll try and leave a description of his channel down in the description below. And that's all I have for now. So until next time, this is Infernape, signing off. Bye!